we can just.
Awesome.
All right. So there's different. One thing that I learned really well at EXP was how to recruit. And they showed me, actually, I saw it at the highest level being done. And since then, I've also sat in multiple recruiting calls with the C-suite team here at ROA. So I've had the best of both worlds in watching it. And then I just went out there and implemented it.
Yeah.
So let me tell you what I did. And then I'm going to tell you what I've been taught to do. And I've taken what I've been taught to do and I've made it my own as well. So the first thing is there's 5 relationship levels, as Mark Demas puts it. Number 5, the 5 levels of relationships are this. Number 5 is someone that you call today and like, hey, I made this move. You're coming with me. They don't question you at all. Like, we're riding. It's one of those things like, hey, man, I got to bury a body. And then that person's like, all right, who's driving? I'll get the shovel.
Got you.
You know, that kind of relationship.
Yep.
So that's level 5. And those are the people that you want to go after first. And when I say go after, you want to give them a call. Hey, man, I made this move over here. You got to come with me. Like, meet the leadership, come talk, let's just go. And they're like, I'm in because you said so. Level 4, that is, and that, level 5 is someone you've traveled with, you've had dinner with, you have a deep relationship with. The level 4 relationship is someone that you have a mutual, you've gone to dinner with them, you know each other's family, maybe you don't vacation and spend as much personal time, but this is someone that you can reach out to and they're going to take the call, they're going to take the appointment because of the relationship. And they're going to say, you know what, man, if you did it, I'm willing to listen. Like, let's go ahead and have that talk. That's level 4. And those are the people that you go after second. Level 3, this is someone that you've done a transaction with, you have mutual respect for, you're in some sort of rapport with them already. And that's the third person you'll end up talking to. 2 and 1, we don't even address those. 2 is someone that you know of and who knows of you. Number 1 is someone you don't know anything about, you just know that they kill it. And we don't talk to those 2. The reason we've grown so quickly here at Realty of America is because we focused on 5s, then 4s, and then lastly is 3. But by the time you get to your 5s and 4s, you're helping that person get their 5s and 4s. Mm-hmm. And it just continues to build off of relationship. All right, so that's the first thing you're doing is who you're approaching. Now let's talk about how you approach them. Level 5 is kind of direct. Hey, this is what I'm doing. Come check it out, and they're going to listen to it. But level 4s and level 3s, there's 2 different ways to go about it. And this is what I've learned from EXP. What I did was I sent everyone that I had a relationship with at a 4 and 3 level, I sent them a personal direct message from Instagram. And I've also sent personal text messages. But I didn't send a written message. I sent a voice message. I needed them to hear my excitement and my energy that what I was excited about. And my message sounded something like this. Right now, let me give you more context. As of right now, my 19 that I have are mostly level 5s and a couple of level 4s. So it was a little easier this time because I was better prepared and my relationships were deeply established by the time I got to ROA. But because I had a lot of relationships that I developed at EXP and all that. All right, moving on. So the message that I had sent to people was kind of like this on my 4s and 3s. It would be like, hey, Rose and Steve, what's up? It's your boy, Gabe Mendez. It's Gabe. Hope I would ask you how everything's going, man, but I see you crushing it on social media. Congrats on all the success. Hey, listen, I had a big business opportunity come across my desk, and I thought about you. So when you get a chance, shoot me your number or let me know if you're free to chat tonight, this evening. I want to talk to you a little more about what just happened. And I would send that initial message out. And I stood up because that's just naturally what I do. I'll sit down. It wasn't a real sales call. But anyways, that's the script that I use when I was talking to people. And it would pique people's interests. And they would get excited about, oh, what is it, man? What's this business opportunity? So that was step number 1 that I did with everyone that you see on my EXP and that you see here today for 4s and 3. That's everyone. Then I get them on the phone from there. And just like a normal friendship, hey, what's up, man? How's everything going? Blah, blah, blah. How are the kids on the pool, all that stuff. And then immediately I'd respect their time and say, hey, listen, man, well, I want to respect your time. This is a business call. And I'd let them know I'd set the expectation. And I'd say, and this is the script I would use. It wasn't a script, it's more of a format. And so a small talk rapport, and then I'd go into from there, I'd say, hey, listen, hey, by the way, man, so the reason I wanted to get on the phone with you is because I had this big business opportunity come across my desk a few weeks ago. And it's this company called Realty of America. I got introduced to it by some people. I ended up making the move from my previous brokerage. I didn't really say too much about it right up front because I just wanted to test the waters and see if it was as good as I thought it was going to be. And it ended up being as good as I thought it was, the support, the training, and everything like that. And there's a ton of help over there. And so what we're doing is we're looking for other agents who have big visions and big ambitions. to see if they align with what we got going on. And that's the whole purpose of my call, is to see if there's some sort of synergy here. If there is, cool, let's move on the call. We'll move it on. If not, that's all right too. But tell me a little about your vision, man. What's going on with your business? Where do you want to take it to this year? And now I turned it into me pitching you the idea to almost you interviewing for it. Mm-hmm. And now I'm talking to you guys like, hey, listen, so, my vision for 2025 is I want to grow a team. I want to scale my business. I want to open up an escrow company. It doesn't matter what they say, because we genuinely do have people at Realty of America that have done everything they want to do. This is where it's important for you guys to understand who you have access to. Yeah. So if they bring up escrow goals, lending goals, open up my own office, Zillow Flex teams, I want to just sell 24 houses instead of 12. I want to start a team. Do I do splits? Do I do payroll? Every single topic they bring up, we literally have someone for that. I want to master residential sales. I want to master commercial sales. Great. So when I ask them, we're looking for like-minded individuals who want to take on their vision this year. And that's the purpose of the call, to see if this works out. And if it does, cool, carry on the call. But if not, that's all right. But by the way, what's your vision? What is it you want to do this year? Oh, man, I'm looking to do X, Y, and Z. They talk. No way, man. Tell me more about that. I have to get them talking more about what their vision is. Just like any listing or buyer presentation, the person who does all the talking in the conversation, quote unquote, loses. And he who asks the questions controls the conversation. One of the principles of selling. So you just get them to talk. Man, I want to do this. No way, it's awesome. And what do you feel is like the roadblock in the business right now? What's holding you back? Oh, this, that, and the other. Okay. And what's that going to look like for you when you finally hit that goal? I ask a very generic question. What's that going to look like? What's it going to feel like to you once you hit it? Oh man, it's going to free up so much time. I'm going to do that. Well, I'm so glad I gave you a call, bro. So check this out. And that's exactly what this team is helping me do over here. And it's exactly the reason I wanted to call you. So the whole purpose of this call right here, Steve and Rose, is not to pitch you on anything. I just wanted to see if there was alignment at first. And there's a big possibility for us to do some really big things. Well, can you tell me more about what you got going on? And of course, being a level 4 relationship, I'm not going to be weird and gatekeep and say, oh my gosh, da, 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 da. I'm going to get excited about what it is. And I do. I'm like, dude, let me tell you, bro. So the reason I ended up making the move was because I needed help with growth in my company. I needed to know how to scale my team, how to scale my production. I also wanted to develop my leadership skills. And I felt like when I was at EXP, and I just speak from the heart, and this is where the story sells, right? This is where the other principle of selling comes in, which is facts tell, stories sell. And people, logic gets people thinking, but stories gets people feeling. And people, majority of the world buy off of feeling. They go to the car dealership. They already know the metrics, but they go to the car dealership, they get inside of the car, they smell the leather, they touch the steering wheel, they hear the roar of the engine. And that's what ends up selling them, because they get that good feeling, the good vibes. So I end up telling them a story. Man, let me tell you my journey a little bit. So everything that you were talking about that you're struggling with, and I know I'm going on a little side note right here, but as I'm talking to you, I'm remembering why I do what I do on my scripting. So the reason that I ask them, what's your roadblock in this business, is because I end up tying it back into my story. Well, man, just like you, man, like I don't say it directly. So I'll say things that are true in my story that get them to agree and be like, oh my gosh, that's me too. So for example, I don't get enough supports. There was an agent above me who were, that were doing what I wanted to do. Then I'll use that in my story. So I'll say something like, yeah, Rose, Steve, you know what? I got introduced to this opportunity a few months ago, and I sat down with the people, and I wasn't looking for anything. I was content where I was at, but if I'm being honest, I wasn't really happy. And I didn't realize until later, my upline didn't know how to close. They didn't know how to support. They weren't selling real estate. And I wanted to be around people who had bigger visions, can inspire me to sell more real estate. And that's when I ended up meeting these guys, and they talked about this opportunity in this business. And if I'm being real with you, Rose and Steve, I didn't grow up wealthy. I do okay for myself, but I'll be honest with you, I've never been invited to a closed door opportunity. No one's ever reached out to me and said, hey, Gabe, this company's about to go IPO. Get in early while you can. I missed the boat at EXP. I missed the boat at Real. And I saw how profitable it was for the people who got in early. And what's the difference between me and everyone else? I do well. I'm okay. I do good on social media. The only difference between them and I was that someone invited them to the opportunity early. I missed it. Well, I'm not going to miss it this time. So I made the move over here. I tested it out a little bit. And yeah, sure enough, they delivered everything they said they were going to deliver. They taught me how to recruit. They taught me how to build a team. They mastermind. It's a company that's for producers by producers. And bro, I'm telling you right now, friend to friend, you need to check this out with me. I know for a fact when you see it, you're going to see exactly what I saw. You're going to love the people. You're going to, and that's called pre-framing. I'm telling them how they're going to think and feel about something. You're going to love it. You're going to love the culture. You're going to love the training. You're going to love the support. And let's just have a conversation. Now, this next slogan or phrase I'm going to say to you guys isn't mine, but it perfectly articulates the idea. In a conversation, whenever you're selling somebody and anything, you have to sell the exit. So you have to make them feel like there's a way out. So, hey man, look, I know you're going to love this opportunity over here, and this is great. But check it out. If it's for you, I know you're going to love all that stuff. And if it doesn't work out, that's okay too. Don't sweat it. You're my friend, man. I love you either way. But I couldn't go to sleep not knowing that. But I didn't call you about this thing. And then if they're at a cloud-based model, they're going to understand it. If they're that's a cloud-based model conversation. If they're at a traditional franchise, and which I've been at before, then the conversation's slightly different. I talk about my experience at a traditional franchise. Hey, listen, man, when I ended up leaving Century 21, Rose and Steve, and I was there, and then I purposely intentionally choose certain ports. I'll say something like this. So Rose and Steve, during my tenure over at Century 21, while I was there, I killed it. I did well. I traveled. I was a top producer, and naturally, like just like you guys, when you sell real estate, people just want to be a part of what you guys got going on, just to be around the same energy. So agents joined the office. They sold real estate. They asked me to do trainings. I did it because I love the company. And it was great. It was fun and all that. And then when I left, it was good too. But it wasn't until after I left, I realized that for the last 4 years while I was at Century 21, I was a brand ambassador for that company. I was representing their brand because that's what my contract said I needed to do. And I would bring agents into the company, and I never received compensation. And it wasn't because I asked for it, I didn't ask for it. I just didn't even know that was a thing. I just thought agents would join, and hey, that's cool. I did training from the heart. I brought in agents from the heart. I repped the brand like I was supposed to. But I didn't realize that that's the old school method, or the old school model, that there's models that exist that if you rep the brand, they give you equity ownership. That if you kill it in real estate and agents join the company will pay you a portion of the revenue. I had no idea about that. And so that's when I ended up making the move from Century 21 to EXP, and it opened up my eyes to this whole new world of opportunity. And then from there, I just started to scale and grow it. So I'm painting their vision through my story because my story relates to them in that situation. So you almost have to understand your story and be present in the conversation so that when they're telling you what's important to them, you can intertwine their whys and their desires and even their setbacks into your vision and say, this is why I did it. And they can see themselves in your story. Think about it, right? What are all the movies and shows and TikToks and Instagrams that we cry to? We cry to the ones that we relate to the most. Yeah. So if we love dogs and we see a dog being abused on social media, we get mad, we get sad, I can't believe it. But if you're not a dog person and you don't care about animals and you see a dog being abused, you just swipe past it and you don't care about it. Mm-hmm. So people care most about what's relevant to them, which is why you got to find out what didn't work and what did work, and you tie it into the story. And so when I conclude the conversation, I'm like, yeah, man, so that ended up happening. But hey, listen, this conversation wasn't about that. I just wanted to see if there was an alignment in what we got going on. And you fit exactly what it is that we're looking for over here to partner with people. Here's what I want to do next. And I don't ask them. I don't say maybe, can you, will you? I tell them this is what's going to happen next. Hey, bro, look, I love it, man. So look, check this out. This is what we're going to do next. I want to get you on a call with leadership. And I slow down a little bit. I want to get you on a call with leadership. I want you to see who's behind this and how big the opportunity is. You doing what you do right now over here with us, I promise you, the reward is going to be 10x or whatever phrase I want to use. You're going to be rewarded handsomely for your efforts, just doing the same thing. But I need you to see the people who are behind it and the why, the who and the why. So let's set something up for this Friday. I'm going to check their availability. But are you guys free on Friday around this time? And get their buy-in from there. Yeah, you know what I'm in. I'm open to it. Perfect. I'm going to send you, I want you to check out the slide deck. Don't read too much into the detail about it because companies are companies, but get familiar with it. And then afterwards, I want to make sure that you get to see the big opportunity because Rose, Steve, look at you guys are killing it on YouTube. You're killing it on Instagram. You're like me. We just didn't get invited to the table early. In this, it's our opportunity finally to make it happen. All right, cool. It sounds good. Short, sweet, to the point. You leave them excited because remember what Coco Chanel says? People don't care about what you say. People never remember what you said, but they'll always remember how you made them feel. And it's important to leave them on a high note. Very excited. Man, I can't believe it. This is great. Like, you're going to love it so much. And you get them excited off the call. If the conversation drags on because you're making it drag on, It doesn't matter what you say and how you made it feel, because the entire time in the back of their head, they're like, oh my gosh, please shut up, Art. Like, can you just get off the phone? You said this was going to be quick. So you got to be precise. You got to be concise. You got to get in the conversation, say what you need to say, ask the questions, and then leave them on a high note so they're excited for more. Get them in a group chat from there. Now, that's the conversation. From there, I get them. The next thing is extremely important. You never end a phone call without setting an expectation of what's going to happen next. What does that look like? What does that translate into? That translates into, I got you from this initial call, you're interested, to I'm getting you onto another call with maybe it's Robert, Gabe, and Monica. Hey, dude, just meet my immediate partners. Then from there, it's going to be another phone call with Claudia, Mo, and Mac. Claudia, Mo. Then from there, it's going to be, you want a bigger dog? I got the president of the company to talk about his accolades. And then they're just going to continue to meet the leadership until a decision is made. Now, here are some important things to know. If they are a 5+ million producer, you probably want to invite them out to lunch and dinner and have this conversation if they're a 5 or a 4. If they're a 3 and they're a 5 million producer, you can do this on a phone call, Zoom, or something like that, because the relationship isn't as deep. But if this is a 5 or a 4, don't do this over the phone. Pique their interest over the phone, but bring them out to dinner. Take them out. Invest some money into your business and have that relationship and build and feel the energy, feel the rapport. It's like door knocking versus cold calling. They're both cold approaches, but which one's more effective? Door knocking is more effective because they can see you, they can feel you, they can read you. And it takes more time for door knocking, more of an effort, and you can contact more people over the phone, but you have to make way more contacts over a longer period of time on the phone, and it's easier, but it takes longer and it's more effort. Versus one-on-one on the door, it's a harder approach, but it's a higher conversion. It's the same thing here with these relationships. Level 5 and 4, take them out to lunch, take them out to dinner. My recommendation is always dinner. Why dinner over lunch? We've tried lunches before during recruiting, and I'm telling you, we got scientific about this thing. Like, we really broke it down. During lunches, we noticed people were edgy, not focused. It was something they needed to do the day of. There was a higher cancellation rate because something else came up during the day. Dinners, at the end of the business day, everyone got their job done. No one's worried about anything. Everyone's locked in, have a glass of wine, whatever it is. And it's just great conversation at 7:00 at night and the rest of the evening. 2 hours, we're talking. Man, it was so good to see you guys. I'm so excited. Let's talk about this thing you guys got going on. And during that dinner conversation, it is 80% personal, 20% business.
Does wine help as far as like loosen it up a little bit? Or
it depends on the person. So I would say start with no drinks and then see how they respond. If they want to have one and you're not a drinker, let them do it. If they want to have one and you do like to drink occasionally, you're a casual drinker, have a little bit of wine just to kind of help cool the edge off. But I wouldn't start it with a drink. Yeah. Because there was a person that got attracted to Roa. He's a big influencer, has a huge LMS platform, huge coaching platform, Chad Smith in Texas. Mm-hmm. He said that he got invited out to an SGI, a recruiting call meeting with the founders. He said he got there early on purpose because he wanted to see if there was going to be drinks at the table. And if there was going to be drinks, he was going to leave and cancel the appointment. Wow. And he said he saw them walk in, sit down, and there was water only. He waited a few minutes, 15 minutes or so, I think he said. He saw there was no drinks at the table, and that's when he walked up and introduced himself and said, hey, I'm here. So you're going to miss more shots by having drinks early than conversely by not having drinks at all. So which is why we recommend don't do it until they want to bring it up and if you're comfortable with it at that point.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So dinner conversations, it's 80% relationship, 20% business talk at that point. Man, how's everything going? No way. And then you just find a natural bridge into the conversation. And typically it's best to do it after the food shows up. Okay. So you're small talking, you're having, oh, wait, this is awesome. Try not to find a high energy restaurant when you're doing it. Try to find something that's lively where it feels good to be inside there, but not where the music's blaring and you can barely hear each other. And there's, girls walking around with half skirts and guys that are, shirts two muscle sizes too small. You don't want that kind of environment. You want something that's relaxed.
Got it.
Yeah, and I'm just giving you guys the nitty-gritty things that we've noticed, throughout our experience in recruiting. So that's the dinner conversation, and then you move it along from there because now you're back in rapport with that relationship. Um, if they are a $20 million producer and above, that person you need to fly to San Diego or fly them to Chicago. 20 million above needs to be flown. Hey, listen, this is too big for us to talk. I just wanted to see if you're even interested. We're going to be flying you out. And this is where you have a conversation with Robert, Reyes, Monica, myself, Mark Losh, my upline, and say, hey guys, can you guys help contribute to the costs of getting this done? Because it's going to benefit all of us.
Yeah, we have that our downline at ROA is a team out here that started, I'm sorry, at Real. They started as their husband and wife. They started and built the team almost to 30. They're at Real, they're crushing it. They're the dream team and we love each other, right? And we kind of talked to them when we first got there, but I want to lay it down for a little bit, but then the next step is to build that rapport back up, get them in person, and then fly them out. So that's who we want to get. They're crushing it. Their team is crushing it in a short time. So that's really who I'm thinking of, and obviously there's other people too. And
Yeah.
people we want to fly out and really because they're sharp. They're not just going to jump brokerages just because we told them to. They need to see that it's a great business opportunity, and you guys just really have a great way of obviously explaining it in detail better than we do right now.
Yes. So what I would do with them, because I know you talk about the dream team, I follow them on social media, and I remember connecting with the husband
Yep.
that day that I was there. We connected really, really well. But that would be a good back and report conversation back in dinner. Hey, let's sit down, let's talk. Hey, listen, I know we introduced it to you, but the reason we didn't push it as hard is because we needed to see if it was a real deal before we can even introduce you as a friend to it. And I'm letting you know right now, it's been everything plus more than we thought it was going to be. In terms of being able to mastermind with everyone, create content with everyone, having people teach us on how to recruit and how to build, it's everything that I thought it was. And listen, I wouldn't be sitting here with you this evening. Again, this food's already going, drinks are already flowing, whatever it is. You guys are already talking and just have that conversation from heart to heart with them. So what I would do is go back to dinner, have that conversation with them, and get some pre-approved dates. And I would take them to Chicago, not San Diego. I would take them to Chicago, and I would say we're going to sit down with the CEO, and you're going to watch the CEO close them there in the office. Once they step into that incredible headquarter offices they have, I think it's 20,000 square feet. All the furniture is from Restoration Hardware, which is like the top of the line type of furniture you can get. We brought a flex team from Los Angeles out there. We spent $3,000 on airfare and hotel, very expensive on something. It was a last minute trip. They said they were interested on Friday. Excuse me, Saturday after morning. They said they were interested. Saturday afternoon, we booked the tickets in the hotel. Sunday morning, we were flying to Chicago. Monday, we spent the night. Monday morning, Monday afternoon, I got back to San Diego. $3,000 unexpected, and we took the whole team out there. And a team of 100 in Los Angeles is coming over. And it would not have happened had I done it on Zoom. It wouldn't have happened had I done it in San Diego. It wouldn't have happened if the only way it could have happened was there in Chicago with the CEO, because no one can sell the vision and discuss numbers and think like the founder himself. So that team right there, I would say, hey, listen, we're going to Chicago. Pack up your bags. I need you guys to see what it is that we see. What do you mean we're going to Chicago? Don't even worry about it. Your flights, your hotel already taken care of. And these are the dates we're going. And it's a quick business trip. We're going to land there. We're going to take off Sunday morning. We're going to get a hotel, crash out there. Monday, we're going to have a meeting, and we'll be back Monday night. It's a quick turnaround time. So that's what I would do with those people.
And with them, Jermaine and Jerry, they're the heads, and we have a really good relationship. They also have a team. We're just taking them too, right? Or are we going to take any of their leaders from the team too? What do you think?
I would say, well, who's the main decision makers? Is it going to be the leaders too, or do you
Jerry,
think
the husband and wife?
Okay, I would just focus on them too.
The whole team will follow them wherever they go. They're pretty loyal.
There you go.
Got it.
So, one question though, because the few years we've been in like knee deep in the industry, we just focused on production. We weren't really 100% focusing on like realtor relationships. We do have some, but I'm looking at like the scale of like 5, 4, 3s, and most of our people would probably fall into like 3s.
Instagram friends that follow us that we DM back and forth with.
We haven't, I mean, like the dream team is probably the only one that we would say is like a 4. I mean, maybe even, close to a 5-ish, but we don't really have like deep relationships with realtors. So,
Oh, that's fine. The pitch that I gave you on Instagram is for your threes.
okay.
Yeah, that is for your threes. That's how I built what I built at EXP was level threes. I had no level fives, no level fours that came with me to EXP. Zero.
Okay.
And I built my front line to almost 20 in 2 years, and then the down line to 225 in 2 years off of threes alone.
Okay.
So, and the fives and fours that I have with me at ROA are some of the relationships that I had with me at EXP. And people who I approached who are level 3 at EXP followed my success throughout EXP, saw me make this move, and then became a 4 afterwards. And I started approaching those people too. Hey, man, you saw what I did at EXP. You know as well as I do, EXP didn't have the best reputation. You were known as a recruiting company, a non-producing company, and you still saw what I did. Like there's a reason I left everything behind and I made the move over here. And they're like, man, I know I've been following you for such a long time. You guys are crushing it, blah, blah, blah. So yes, that's fine. Level 3, exactly how you, just like that.
Now I know you have, we want to respect your time. And I know it's been 2 o'clock. Can we ask maybe a couple questions?
Yeah, absolutely, man. Yeah.
Okay. We have some newer agents too. A part of me is like, I could probably convince them, but I'm not convinced that it would be a good move for them yet because they need more hand holding. Is that the wrong mindset? Do you know what I'm
No,
saying?
I think there's a right place for everyone, but at the right time.
Yeah,
So right now, the right time isn't there for the new agent.
that's what I was thinking. Got
Yeah.
it.
And you want to focus on everyone else.
So we're thinking of opening an office out here, and that's would be a way that we could, I guess, have a headquarters where people could not feel like they're alone and have some kind of support. Like we have 2 agents, Vino and Anu, that came on with us because our event we did, and they're 2 hours away, but they were struggling at all the other brokerages. And I feel like without some kind of presence, we have to be there. So I think with an office, it'll help, right? Because they feel like they're there. I don't know, like,
Let's I would say from experience, you're going to have different value propositions that attract different people. And some people are going to be attracted to the fact that you have an HQ. Some are not going to care.
Sure.
I would focus on the ones who don't care.
Yeah.
Because you're going to add more responsibility to your plate, feel the obligation to have to show up to the office, feel the obligation to have to provide value at the office. And having an office with no leadership, no guidance is the same as working from home. Mm-hmm. It's just a different place to do business by yourself. Unless you're creating that culture in the office.
Well, my thought around it was we wanted to have a studio so we could do like content creation and teach people how to utilize all that stuff. But we were gonna connect with Rieza, which is all-in-one lending. And so we were looking at having like a 4 or 5 room office. So she's gonna be recruiting lenders, and then we're doing agents. She could teach the agents how to pre-qualify clients on their buyer consult, and then we could teach her lenders how to use social media and then partner them together. We wanted a place where people can go to in person and have like that community feel, kind of collaboration in person.
And we have a team of 4, which we could grow to 10 if we wanted to in 6 months. Mm-hmm. We just don't want to do it that fast because we dissolved the team last year. But it'll give us a small office to kind of get our feet wet in that side too.
As long as this is my belief. As long as it doesn't add too much busy work.
Yes. Okay.
If it doesn't add a lot of busy work to what you're doing, then yes, I think it's great to have a place where you feel inspired, a place where you think, a place that's different than the environment of home. I agree with that. I'll give you an example. I showed up to the office yesterday for the first time in like 6 weeks. I hadn't been there in almost a month and a half. I just needed to get out of the house and I just needed something different to do. So I literally showed up, and the first hour I was there, I rearranged my whole office. Literally no reason to do that. I just feel like I needed a change. And then I was good. I left the office at 8 o'clock last night, and I don't want to go back right now. So I'm working from home. So as long as it doesn't add busy work. Now, the way I'm going to relate it is, let's just say that was my office space and it wasn't Max and Claudia and Mo's in theirs. I would feel obligated to be there because I'd have to show face because the agent's just showing up, and I'd be like, dang, I got to get dressed up. Now I have to do these things. And for me, that takes the fun out of business. When I feel like I have to do something, now I do what I need to do. Like I follow up, I'm disciplined in those things, but I don't want to feel like I have to, and this is just me talking, I don't want to feel like I have to entertain agents to help them build. Now, if you're a shark and you're self-motivated, you're going to call me when you need me no matter what. And for you, as a shark who's self-motivated and producing, we don't really care about the hoorah. We care more about when I call you, answer. When I say I need help, deliver. And I'll take care of everything else. I'll make my own hoorah. I'll go to the quinceañera this weekend for the party if I need fun. If I need community, I'll go to my church. If I need this, I'll do that. Help me make money at real estate is what I care about most. So that's my philosophy, and I've seen that philosophy translate into the people I've attracted into the business now. I've attracted, so Monica Singer is my frontline recruit. Robert Cedeno is my frontline recruit. Elizabeth Cuevas in Central Valley, my frontline recruit, all of which who do over 50 million in volume per year. And I did that all with no office proposition. It was all strictly, let's just make more money together, because at the end of the day, it's what we care about. So if you lead with that, in my opinion, then you're delivering value. Like if someone wants to build a brokerage, get Mark Dimas, get Claudia, get Mo, get them on the phone, that type of stuff. And then we just get them the answers that they need when they need it. Right. Like for example, you and us three here on the call today, we don't need an office to build this relationship. But when you need the help, you want to make sure Gabe is there you can count on him. Hey, Gabe, we have a big event over here. Can you please fly over here and help us do it? Done. We need help recruiting. Done. We have a person who wants to be recruited. Can you help follow up on the call? Done. Can you fly out to Chicago with us for the dream team? Done. Like those are the things that are really going to move the needle in your business. And I would encourage you to adopt the same mentality when you're recruiting, to say, what's the bigger value proposition than just creating a space of collaboration? What's the true value to them? I would say the office space collaboration is the cherry on top, but what's the cake? The cake is going to be their need. And that need might be, help me run a P&L, help me recruit an agent. That cake might be something else. But again, sorry for the long answer, but to circle it back to your point, yeah, having a space like that is definitely important to go get your mind clear. I just wouldn't overemphasize that that's the value proposition, because the number one struggle that I see at the office in San Diego, and not that it's a big struggle, but it's a struggle, and any office for that matter, is getting agents to show up. Number one, that's like the biggest thing.
Especially ours will be super small with a couple rooms, right? It's going to be a headache. I know it is.
Yeah. So I would do it just to have a space, but I would.
What's the next level? Well, we want to, slowly grow a team. And personally, I don't want an office because I get more done at home. Mm-hmm. But like, what's the next level? What do people want? So we're just thinking out loud, right?
People want to sell more real estate.
Yeah.
That's what they want. They want to, and what does sell more real estate translate into? They want to make more money. They want to earn more money. Their income wants to increase. So let's give them that. Mm-hmm. Let's give them that. And how do we sell that? We'll introduce them to the partnerships you have. This is why it's important to know who can deliver what in your group. You want to do video tours? I got you. I got you a 30-minute personal coaching session with Robert Cedeno, the guy when it comes to property tours. I want to learn how to do door knocking. Say less. I got Gabe Mendez. He's the king of door knocking. He built his business that way. He loves objection handling. He can build a personal brand. That's that guy. And you just find the key players in your upline that can deliver on that value. I think that now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I know nothing about Rio because I never did any homework on them. From the outside in, though, to me, the vibe that they give off, it's very kumbaya. Everyone happy, hunky-dory. We all love each other. Let's go hug a tree. And I say that respectfully. EXP was a complete opposite. It was very shark. Like we're
Okay.
gonna do that. I like, if I had to see this as a line and I saw real on the far opposite spectrum of hugging trees and I saw the shark in the water go kill it, I would say I would be more on the shark side where I like to be, because more people are going to line up with that type of value proposition where you're going to have people that are producing, selling real estate, who want to show up, who are disciplined and hungry, versus let's all collaborate, sing songs and do videos. Like that's cool. And I'm not saying there's not a place for that. There's absolutely a place for that. But there's a reason Robert left that, right? There's a reason he left that whole opportunity to come over here, because at the end of the day, we just want to do one thing: produce more income. And I think we focus on that. I think that's the main thing.
I feel like the biggest reason to come over to Roa for us and for Robert is really the opportunity, not getting in early with Real or EXP. Like whichever is your cup of tea, go dominate either way. But if you're getting in now, it's going to be harder to dominate than if you were to get in. That's a big opportunity, right?
But keep this in mind too, though. I apologize to cut you off. I don't mean to do that. It's just
Oh,
that
please go ahead. I'm soaking it all in, man.
thank you. I want to touch on that point. So yes, the opportunity is important. I agree with you, Robert, you, including myself. But even bigger than the opportunity was the who that was behind it. So there can be a newer company that comes out tomorrow. Are you and Robert going to move to it? No, because the who is probably more important than the what. The what is the opportunity, the who is the people. And what type of people are behind this company? Well, Eddie Garcia, 600 agents on his team, a multimillionaire, cash rich, no debt. Our president, Mark Dimas, 3,200 homes in one calendar year. He's already sold over 600 homes this year with a team of 40. Claudia Maximo have a team of 150 agents. I think the month of June, the company as a whole did over 100 million or something like that, some crazy number. So just San Diego team alone. So when you look at the who's behind the opportunity, it amplifies the opportunity, but it still ends up being the who at the end of the day. And that's why I keep on telling you guys, sell the who, sell the person that's behind it. The platform doesn't matter. Once we get into the conversation of like, well, what's the compensation plan? What do you offer? And what's the split? Now you get into a conversation of that agent said they're going to do it for 4%. You're doing it for 5%. Why can't you come down to 4? And now we're getting into that conversation rather than I'm the agent that can bring this value. Now we're not talking about numbers anymore. We're talking about the execution, what the benefit of hiring me is. And that's how I translate it into the real estate space for recruiting is if I'm sitting across the table from a homeowner trying to convince him to hire me versus the 2% agent, my additional 2% that I'm charging, I need to have a ton more value to account for that 2%. And why, like, I think I asked this at the Sacramento event that we had, why would a lady pay $10,000 for a Chanel bag or whatever the price is, some crazy number, Louis Vuitton bag, versus just buying the same bag they can at Walmart? They both do the same thing. They both hold items. Well, why doesn't someone have a problem paying 100x more for that name? Because it's the value, the perceived value that they get. And that's the same thing we have to do here. So we don't want to talk about numbers per se so much. We really want to focus on the value that they're going to get and the perceived value that's going to make them feel good. And who's the perceived value? It's the who at the end of the day.
And just Google it because I don't know any of these people like they're like you do. Just Google them, research them, and just study.
No. Ask us. That's the fastest way. Like, hey, who do I sell? How? So I'll give you like a quick Cliff Note version. Part of my pitch. So when I'm talking to people, and it can go a million different ways. So I'll just give you a highlight of who's who. Mark Dimas, Eddie Garcia. So let's talk about the vision. Let's talk about how they pitch it to me. Eddie Garcia is an immigrant, and depending on who you're talking to, maybe you use that, maybe you don't. Right? It's very sensitive, especially right now. Maybe you use that, maybe you don't. But certain people I do throw that out with. I'm like, hey man, this company was founded by immigrants. Eddie Garcia, our CEO, he's from Mexico. He came over to the United States when he was 13. He received his citizenship when he was like 17. And thanks to this amazing country, he was able to get his license at 18. He built an amazing practice. And naturally, he started attracting agents. And between the age of 18 to 38, those 18 years that he's been in the company, 19 years, 20 years of company, Eddie Garcia has been able to build his company from himself to over 600 agents. He's now the 11th largest independent brokerage in the state of Illinois. And in addition to that, he was able to build 7 ancillary services that come from the company. So he owns a moving company, a staging company, an insurance brokerage, and everything else. In addition to that, he also opened up a real estate school in the city of Chicago, which is just like opening up a mini college, the process of doing it. So think about this. You have someone who came over here who now offers real estate licensing. They go to his school, they pay him. They go into his practice, he takes a split from other production. They want a moving company, they want insurance, they want marketing, they want video for their listings. They all use his companies. This guy monopolized the real estate space. And from there, he decided to partner. He wanted to start a nationwide company. And in order for him to build the #1 company across the country, he had to recruit the #1 agent. And that's where Mark Demas comes into play. Mark Demas is out of Houston, Texas. This guy runs a true 7th level team from the KW model where he doesn't have to be in the office. He doesn't have to show up, and his business is still selling real estate. In 2022, Mark Demas was named the #1 agent in the country for volume and transaction sides. To get both of those titles in 1 year is very difficult. And every year, there's only one #1 guy, and he happened to have that position in 2022. Every year, he sells over 1,000 homes. He's 50 years young. And I throw that out there on purpose because if you're an older person, quote unquote older person, you love hearing that. Man, someone at 50 is still grinding and building. If you're a younger person, it shows that someone at that age is building, that you have an opportunity to get there faster. So he's 50 years young and he's developing this business. And he ended up joining, and he closed his practice in Houston to partner up with Eddie to develop this nationwide company. And here's the thing that I like most, you guys, is anyways, I'm going to pitch. Let's go back to who they are. So that's what Mark Demas ended up doing is closing his practice after selling that many homes, and he's still actively selling homes. And he's our president of our company. The CEO still runs a 600-person office, and he's 40 years young in Chicago, and he's still very involved in the practice. Let's talk about their personality types. Eddie is very much a very calm SC personality where he's very analytical, very calm, doesn't expend a lot of energy during conversations. He's the visionary, he's the executioner, he's a decision maker, very good with finances, he's very relaxed. Mark, on the other hand, is very much like me, very animated, talks too much, just like I do, but he's much the energy behind the company. He's the heart pump. Mark Demas's role in the company, just so you guys know, his shares in his share equity package is tied to the growth of the company. So his #1 responsibility is to help agents grow. So you guys should just call him out of nowhere. I'll put you in a group chat. You guys develop that relationship with him. How can I use you, Mark? And he'll tell you. He makes himself available all the time. So I know people throw that stuff around loosely, but I'm telling you guys, use him. I use him and I abuse him, the heck out of him. And because I do that, my recruiting business has grown tremendously. But that's their strengths and who they are as personalities. So make sure you pair up the person you want properly with the right people. Not to say that there's a place for everyone, yes, but sometimes some people are going to vibe with someone a little more. Let's talk about Claudia Maximo. You guys know them really well, and you know their value proposition really well. They went from independent brokerage, franchise owners, to real cloud-based model to now at ROA. They own their Class A commercial building in San Diego. They own their mortgage company. They own their escrow company. They have a 150-person team. They're profitable. Max Zaker has a commercial background, and that's all he's ever done. He's not a residential guy. Max is a commercial guy at a very high level. Max is he gives dad feelings. When you speak to him, he makes you feel like everything's going to be okay. And he's very valuable in that end. Claudia and Mo, they give off very young energy, but they're seasoned in the game. So if you want someone to feel alive and uppy and like this is going to be great, I get them on the phone with that person all the time because they can vibe with that. But can they carry their own in a very high level conversation? Absolutely, because they've done it at a high level. That type of stuff. Are you talking to an agent who loves women empowerment, loves being a boss bee, and all that kind of stuff? I would get them on the call with Claudia and Monica. And because Monica gives that energy off, she's a team leader. She has 2 offices. Her business is built on social media. She runs a very powerful all-lady team, not because they're going after ladies, but that's all they attract. And then Claudia gives that same vibes too, being the woman of Roa. That's their strengths. Robert Cedeno, I mean, you guys know him better than I do because you've known him longer. But my strengths that I see in this guy is a social media, how to attract in 2025. How do you build your business the modern way in 2025? He's that guy to show you how to get it done, how to develop a team. He very much gives fun vibes, but he also gives dad vibes. He also gives I'm your best friend vibes. So he's like a really well-rounded guy to get it done. Um, if you want to get the needle moving forward in a conversation and get it closed, I'm probably that guy. I'm that guy in the conversation. You bring me into it to ask the tough questions. What's next? When are you signing? To follow up. I'm really good at sales. So let's talk about value propositions. What can you come to me for? I'm really good at recruiting. I'm really good at selling. So traditional sales, like sitting across the table from a homeowner, presenting. Buyer consultations, those are my strengths. Door knocking, that's my strength. Cold calling, I'm not so good at. I did well, but door knocking is my strength. Social media, I'm really good at building a personal brand. Leveraging what my values are and displaying them in a way that's attractive to people. I'm very big in my faith, but I never make anyone feel bad for not being that person. I don't Bible bash. I don't say you're wrong for doing anything. I just say who I am, and through my actions, you're like, dude, this guy's cool as ice. So I'm really good at personal branding. I would be someone that you'd want to bring in a call, probably second or third, unless they're a high D personality. If they're a high D personality and they're straight to the point, they give off very dominant energy. They are a broker owner. They are a high team leader, and they're just a completely different type of energy. Like that's the guy you want to bring me on the call with is that type of person. And I pair really well with a Eddie, with a Mark. I pair really well with a Robert because Robert gives a different type of energy than I do. Monica and I, we do well on calls together, but we're very similar in the fact that we talk a lot, and we're very similar in the fact that we have a lot to share. So sometimes when Monica and I are on the call together, it can feel like too much because I want to add something to the conversation. She wants to add something to the conversation. And then without even knowing, like right now, I talk too much and I'm rambling, forever. She can do the same thing too. And she jokes around about it. But when you have both of us on the call like that, it ends up being us talking a lot versus them. And then I'll have to be aware of it. I become cognizant. I'm like, oh crap, let me ask more questions. But then I'll ask a question and then Monica will answer. And then she'll ask a question. I want to add to it. And we just feed off. And I say that positively. We feed off of each other's energy very well, but it's also not the most cohesive, not the most flow. So I would say that's how you want to structure the people.
Me and Rose on like buyer consultations, sometimes listing too, but she usually takes the lead on that. But on buyer consultations, it's like because a lot of people are moving this way and we have the same story as they do. So we want to get that out. And she wants to tell her side, I want to tell my side. So I can 100%. Then we're like, hold on, we got to let them talk too.
Yeah, I do. Okay, bro, that's Monica and I 100%.
Yeah.
That's us right there. So sometimes maybe not pairing us up together would be best, depending on the personality. And if it's a husband and wife team and something like that, then yeah, get us on the call because you want to have those personalities mesh well together. So we give each other that balance too. I'm giving you a lot of information, so this way you can start thinking of how you can start leveraging the people. And I'm also giving you a lot of information on who does what really well, so that you know who to use for what when you need to start pulling that trigger. Dude, you want to build this? That's that person. That's that person. Yes. So sorry. Yeah,
that's just tools we need to be able to be confident in what we're saying, right? Because I believe in the vision that we're over here, but I just don't know enough yet to sell the vision, right? And so this is the type of stuff I need to feel confident. Like obviously you have so much confidence, but also you know what you're talking about. I need to get this confidence to where I can now relay that in a message to someone else. Because when I'm confident, I speak at a different energy. People are like, I believe you, let's go. So this is huge. This is huge. Now I just need to dive deeper into the notes I took to really so it can stick.
What I would do to make it stick, I would probably encourage you guys, not even encourage, I would challenge you guys. I challenge you guys today to call 3 people on Instagram that you follow that you don't know at all. that if you fell flat on your face,
Yeah.
you wouldn't care about it at all. You wouldn't miss any sleep at all. I
Yeah.
would get the heart pumping, get the adrenaline going, get the nerves going, and just feel what that feels like, and take everything that we talked about today and just give it a shot and see how it goes. How would you open the conversation if you just call them out of the blue? This is what I would say. Everything that we talked about has nothing to do with cold outreach, because remember, I said twos and ones we don't approach. But I encourage you guys to take what we talked about today and approach a couple of twos and ones. And this is the conversation. Here's the script. This is literally the script for twos and ones. So let's role play it out. Ring ring.
Hello.
Hello, Steve.
Yes.
Steve, hey, this is Gabe Mendez with Realty of America. It's the new state-of-the-art real estate company. And we're looking for people this year who are looking to take on their vision. I've been watching you on social media, crushing it. By the way, Steve, what is your vision for 2025?
Yeah, Gabe, what's up? Yeah, I recognize you. It's a little slow right now. I definitely want to ramp up production. I'm getting into social media. I do a lot of open houses, but fact of the matter is, yeah, I like to get my numbers up. I'm only
Man,
at like 3 transactions this year, and that's slow for me. I need to be more like 15.
got it, man. Got it. And well, I'm really glad that I called you, because that's exactly what it is that we're doing at Realty of America. We're helping people scale their business from a couple of closing deals, scale it up to doubling to 6, 9, and 12, put some systems in place. And Steve, let me ask you this. If we're able to help you scale your business from where it's currently at and get you to that higher level of production like you talked about, what would that do for you?
Solve a lot of problems. I mean, yeah, I need money and I need to grow in this business.
Great. Well, I'm glad I called you today. And here's what I want to do next. I want to set you up on a quick phone call. I just wanted to see if our vision's aligned. I want to set you up on a quick phone call so I can show you exactly how we're going to help you get that done. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up a phone call with my partner, Claudia, Max, insert the name here based on whatever their needs are. I'm going to get you on a quick phone call with them for 15 minutes, and let's see if this is a fit. And at the very least, we'll get you some nuggets that'll help you out, but hopefully we end up partnering up. Does that sound good?
Yeah, that sounds good. I could do that.
Cool. All right, then. Does Friday at 2 o'clock work for you?
Actually, I'm going to be out of town just on Friday. That's not a good day for me.
All right. Tomorrow might work. What's the couple of time options that work best for you tomorrow?
Tomorrow, afternoon. Anytime afternoon, I'm good.
Okay, perfect. Let's go ahead and tentatively schedule this for tomorrow after hours, maybe like 5 o'clock when business is slow and everything's closed down. I'll get you on the phone call with Gabe, Mark, Eddie, whoever it is, insert the name there. I'll get you on the phone call with them, and let's go from there.
Got it. Yeah, let's do it.
Awesome. All right. Talk to you tomorrow, Steve. Thank you.
All right, Gabe.
Boom. All right. So what's the script? The script is, hi, my name is Gabe. I'm calling from Realty of America, a new state-of-the-art real estate company. And we're calling for people who are looking to take on their vision and to the next level in 2025. By the way, what is your vision? I break their pattern really fast. They have no time. They know exactly I'm calling for business. I don't ask how you're doing. I don't small talk. It's business. I'm breaking that pattern and interrupt really fast right off the gate, and I'm coming with confidence. That is the opening line. You don't twist it in any other way. Add more language. Hey, is this Steve? Yeah. Hey, good. Awesome. My name is Gabe Mendez. I'm with Realty of America, a new state-of-the-art real estate company, and we're looking for people who are looking to take their vision to the next level in 2025. And by the way, Steve, what is your vision? And I boom, pattern interrupt right there. No one's really ever asked me that before. And they start talking from there. Man, I'm so glad. And then whatever they say at that point, I'm so glad that I called you. That's exactly what we do here at Realty of America. We help insert whatever they said. I'm so glad I called you. That's exactly what we do at Realty of America. We help blank insert what they said right there. We help people like you do what you want. And you have to use their words. Don't change anything. Use exactly what they said. I want to go from 3 to 6 deals. I want to incorporate some processes and systems. That's exactly what we do. We help agents just like you increase their production and input systems and processes. And then from there, get them in their feeling. Hey, Steve, just out of curiosity, man, when we help you do that, what's that going to do for you? How's that going to make you feel? Oh my gosh, it's going to do this, that, and the other. Man, I'm so glad I did that. Here's what we're going to do. So I reaffirm what they said. I'm so glad I called you. Here's what I want to do. I want to set you up on a quick 15-minute phone call with my partner X. This is why it's important to know who does what. I want to set you with my partner X because they did exactly what it is that you want to do. They went from here to here to here, and then go straight for the appointment. Does tomorrow at 2 p.m. work? And it's going to feel 100%. So I'll pause there. That's the script. I'll make sure you guys You should probably write the time on the Zoom call that we're at right now. We're at about an hour in, because now you can go back to the video and find the script. But that portion right there, it's going to feel 180%. It's a 180-degree turn from how we normally speak to people.
Yeah.
That script is 180% completely different than what us three are used to. It's weird, it's awkward, it's not personable, and it's not meant to be, because it's a level 1 and 2 relationship. You're going into someone's world and someone's space out of nowhere, and you have to hit it fast. You have to break that pattern quick. You have to come with value, and that's why you stick to that script 100%. You do that, you will get them to stop and think about everything, and they'll reassess their life and be like, wow. And if we deliver the value that we say we're going to deliver to them, they're going to come over. So that's the script that I want you guys to use today. Just call somebody for fun. Call them on a number, call them blocked, and just call them for fun, and just say, hey man, this is blah, 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 blah. Try it out. And then get the blood and the juices flowing a little bit. And if you book the appointment, shoot, let's freaking go. Yeah.
I feel like I'm cold calling for real estate.
That's exactly what it is, bro. This is how it starts. And listen, we're cold calling with real estate with real value, though.
I feel like it'd be easier though. Yeah, because we know that most people are always looking for a better opportunity in real estate.
And here's the cool part, bro.
They know who we are in a sense.
Exactly. And we have people that have been there, done that. Excuse me, not been there, done that. Who have been there and are doing it. Yep. That's who we have in our back pocket. All the people that we just talked about on this call today.
Okay.
Oh, shit. That was good.
Dude, yeah. I'm so glad you guys called and asked to do this call. I have had 0 people ask me to do this since we've been growing.
But you know what? It's what we tell people too that follow us. It's like, don't just follow us. You want our success, you're going to have to reach out to other people too, because that's where we got out, is reaching out to people like you and to the Cedeno team and to higher ups at Real, and just implementing what they said. And
yes,
that grew our business. So yeah, we're gonna be sponges and just take notes and implement, and then create our own style and just help and give it back to other people too.
Yes. And like I said, I did exactly what you said. I took people's styles, I put it together, I made it my own. And I'm happy to say that in the 7-8 months that I've been here at the company now, I have 19 frontline recruits and 203 total in my downline.
We're almost saying infinity, bro. Look at you.
Yeah, almost there, my brother. Almost there, man. God willing. And the thing is this, man, like I just gave you guys everything that I did to get to where I'm at right now in the last 8 months. And I didn't have Robert Cedeno, Monica Singer, Gabe Mendez. I didn't have all those heavy hitters. I just had a few people behind me, which are big names, which you also have, but you also have all of us too. And you have our experience, and the company's already proven. When I was selling this to people, we didn't even have a website, bro. Like last summer when I said yes to join the company, there was no website, bro. There wasn't even
saying that in our interview for YouTube.
Yeah, and there was no pitch deck. Like there was nothing. I was literally selling a vision. And now we have actual results and tools to sell. Yeah. And this is why people are jumping on with no brainer. Like it's easy. So go out there. My challenge to you guys is just make 2 or 3 cold calls to agents, get the blood flowing. It's going to feel uncomfortable. Use the script verbatim. Know how are you? How are you doing? How's it going today? None of that stuff. Just go straight into it and see what it feels like, and you'll start to develop it.
Thank you so much, Gabe. I know that was a lot, and we have a lot to digest, and we're going to have fun with this, and we're going to help grow this thing. So we appreciate you always giving back and helping us out. And if there's anything we could do for you too as well, always reach out to us. We're an open book too. Okay.
Absolutely, man. I will be taking you up on that one of these days when I find the opportunity, bro. So thank you for opening that door.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Gabe.
Yeah. All right, guys. Oh, can you do me a favor? Once this is done recorded, can you send it to me?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, guys. Thank you so much.
Buddy.
Okay.
We'll see you soon.
Bye.